Hello guys, si Kershan Veloso ulit ito at welcome sa unang episode ng bago nating Laro Tayo series. Pero teka, bago ko i-load yung game guys, explanation muna sandali. Kasi itong game na to, kaya ko siya piniling laruin ngayon kasi ngayon Lenten season na eh. So, medyo kailangan natin ng game na medyo nagdi-discuss ng medyo religion naman muna. Pero even though religious tong game na to, hindi siya Christian, hindi siya based sa Christianity. Based siya sa sa actually yung kung sa kung saan nanggaling yung kung saan originally nanggaling yung Christianity, yung Judaism, yung religion ni Jesus Christ, yung yung religion ng mga Hebrew people, yung tinatawag na yung mga Hebrew, yun. So, start natin yung game tapos explain ko sa inyo yung mga ibang details patungkol dito sa game na to. So, start natin. A guy came up to Rabbi Moishi to ask, why do rabbis always answer with a question? To which Rabbi Moishi replied, why not? The night sky above Manhattan will never win any awards. The few stars visible looked lonely and desperate. I could relate. Sometimes, the line between salvation and damnation is a mighty fine one. I no longer knew which side I stood on. There are those who would say that I had no business being here. They might be right. I'm no longer sure what I'm doing. But I'm fairly sure I know who I am. Okay, ito yung game guys. Shiva. Pero explain ko muna sa inyo guys. Kung gamer kayo, baka pag sinabing Shiva, ang unang iisipin nyo, teka, dali Kung gamer kayo talaga, ang malamang na unang iisipin nyo, ito, teka, ito, si Shiva, yung character sa Final Fantasy. Yung summon elemental to si Shiva. Pero hindi yan ibig sabihin nun. Hindi rin yung hindi rin yung sa Hindu. Hindi rin si Shiva yung god yung god sa Hinduism, hindi rin yan. Yung Shiva ibig sabihin yan to. Shiva. Shiva, also spelled Shiva or Shiva. Hebrew 7. In Judaism, period of 7 days of prescribed mourning that begins immediately after the burial of a parent, a spouse, a child, a brother, or a sister, and concludes with sundown on the seventh day. Shiva is not observed on the intervening Sabbath or terminates if a major religious festival occurs during the period. So, yan. Ayun, sa description ng bali siya, yung kumbaga sa atin sa Pilipinas, yan yung yan yung lamay or actually hindi. To prayer siya eh. So katumba siya prescribed morning tapos 7 days. Siya, medyo kulang lang ng 2 days pero similar siya sa yung sa atin yung pasyam, yung after nung mamatay yung relative after mamatay yung relatives ng deceased, nagpe-pray sila ng rosary for 9 days para do sa spirit nung kamag-anak nila. So ayun, parang ganun yan. So pagdating natin dito sa game, i-explain din yan eventually. So teka, balik tayo sa game. Okay, tapos i-exit ko lang tong natin guys, tong browser. Teka. Okay, balikan natin yung game. 5 minutes kagad yung ko pala explanation. So anyway, Start na natin. Actually, itong game na to guys, meron din siya mga achievements eh. Tsaka ano to, Wadget Eye Games din to. Ang gumawa nito yung gumawa rin ng yung gumawa ng the Blackwell, yung Blackwell series, yung the Blackwell Legacy, Blackwell Unbound, Blackwell Deception, Blackwell Convergence, tsaka Blackwell Epiphany. Siya rin yung gumawa nito, bale pangalan niya David Gilbert. Tsaka gusto ko rin tong game na to kasi yung voice actor ng main character dito yung boses ni siya yung sa yung sa Blackwell Convergence, sa Blackwell series, yung boses ni Joey Malone. Siya rin yan, si Abe Goldfarb. Start natin. It began as many things do, with a song.
Adon olam asher malach baterem kol yitzir nivra lied nasav chelso kol atzai melech shemo nikra.
His final note faded off into the near empty synagogue, unheard by anyone. As I had hundreds of times before this, I got ready to speak. And as I had hundreds of times before this, I began to wonder why.
Thank you, Cantor Kaplan.
May
Today
natutulog.
in my sermon, I'd like to discuss suffering. Why do bad things happen to good people? Wherever there is pain or oppression or poverty, the question is always the same. How could God let this happen? Is God as good as we think? Can He, in fact, do evil? Maybe, on occasion, He even enjoys inflicting pain.
May natutulog. Wala na nga masyadong in attendance tapos may natutulog pa. I took a good hard look around my world. And then it hit me.
No. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
Rabbi?
You heard.
Huh? What?
Go home, Mrs. Raymer.
Is it over already?
Yeah.
Rabbi Stone, wait! You can't just stop.
Sure I can. Just watch me.
But
It's over, Josh.
you can't mean that.
Look, you're a good kid. You've got a good voice and a good future. Don't let me hold you back. Now do a mitzvah and call Mrs. Raymer a cab. Goodbye, Josh.
Bad trip kasi siya dahil walang attendance as may natutulog pa. Isa lang yata yung nag-attend ng sermon niya eh. Ethical dilemmas have plagued religious leaders since the dawn of time. Ito kasing part na to guys, walang dialogue, walang kaya binabasa ko na lang eh. But morals don't mean crap without the personal experiences to back them up. Okay. Give the brush off. State the obvious. Declare your intentions. Ano ba maganda dito? Ito na lang.
Go away.
Okay. Give a stronger brush off.
I said go away.
Grudgingly acquiesce. State the obvious. Declare your intentions. Toto. Grudgingly acquiesce.
Fine, I'm coming.
Crawl space. Ayun, pareho rin ng halos similar engine din sa dito sa Blackwell. Common Yiddish words: meshuga, crazy; mensch, helpful person; mamzer, bastard, son of a bitch; nebish, weakling; shiva, period of mourning. Ayan. Sabi ko nga, explain ko sa inyo. Shiks, shiksi, non-Jewish woman; yanta, a busybody, guy; non-Jewish person. So tayo yon, mga guy tayo. Move your mouse to the top of the screen. Ito, ginagawa na nga natin yan eh. Rabbi Russell Stone, Unai Benzion, 190 Essex Street, New York, New York. R. Stone at ravnetny.com. Meron din siyang meron din siyang website, email address. At saka narinig naman yung boses ng kanina eh. Yan, si Abe Goldfarb na naman. Okay. Options. Save. As usual, kailangan mag-save lagi. Isa pa. Override. Atong crawl space. A small crawl space used to store old records. Anong meron doon? There was nothing up there I wanted to see. Poster. I had come across this quote some years ago and had decided to have it printed and mounted on the wall. It reads, "If statistics are right, the Jews constitute but 1% of the human race. It's just a nebulous dim puff of stardust lost in the blaze of the Milky Way. Properly, the Jew ought hardly to be heard of, but he is heard of, has always been heard of." Mark Twain, 1899. My certificate of rabbinical studies. It reads, "This is to certify that Russell Elijah Stone has been granted the title of rabbi by B'nai B'rith Yeshiva on the date of June 23, 1970. A diploma. My diploma from B'nai B'rith Yeshiva.
Has it really been 30 years?
30 years na siya naging rabbi. This window afforded me the thrilling view of the deli across the street. It wasn't the kind that opened. Computer. Josh picked his computer up at a local yard sale. He said it would revolutionize my life. That hadn't happened yet, but I wasn't holding my breath. Someone was at the door. I couldn't futz with the computer now. Photograph. A color photograph of a B'nai Ben Zion youth group picnic. It was taken over 15 years ago. Most of those kids probably had families of their own by now. It was fine where it was. Papers. Just bills, lots of them. What was I going to do with them? Pay them? These boxes contained a small supply of Kiddush wine. As much as I would have loved to break open a bottle of Kiddush wine, I didn't think it was appropriate. Bookshelf. My collection of rabbinical texts, prayer books, Judaic history, and Harry Kemelman novels. There was nothing on the bookshelf I wanted to read. The Way Out.
I thought I told you to go home.
Rabbi Stone, there's someone here.
Tell him to get lost. There's no service tonight.
No, it's a cop.
Huh?
Ano ba yan?
Detective Sam Durkin,
Uy, si Sam Durkin.
Midtown South Precinct. Could I talk to you for a few minutes, Rabbi Stone?
Sam Durkin. Connection na naman sa ano? Sa... tawag dito? Ano yan? Blackwell sa ano? Blackwell series. Si Sam Durkin. Yung kay, ano, dapat partner ni, ano eh, ni Rosa. Pero, madalas siyang, madalas siyang, ini-Indian sa lakad nila. Sarcastic response. Poker face response. Rabbinical response. Ito na.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Fine. Josh, take a hike. So, what can I do for you? I assume you're not here to convert.
Are you familiar with a Mr. Jack Lauder?
Should I be?
I'm asking the questions, Rabbi.
Fine. Let me think. Lauder. Oh,
You know him.
yeah.
What can you tell me about him?
He used to belong to this congregation.
Used to, but not anymore?
No. Left about 8 years ago, I think. What's this about?
Have you had any contact with him since?
No, I haven't. Care to fill me in here?
Do you read the papers?
Aggressive response. Honest response. Rabbinical response. Yeah, honest response na
Not
lang.
recently.
So, you're not aware, Rabbi Stone, that Jack Lauder has been dead for 3 days?
I did my best to control myself. I knew this man's type. His eyes scanned my face like a barcode reader, trying to read every telltale sign of emotion. Any flicker, any twitch could be used against me later.
No.
Does that bother you?
Should it?
Answer me, Stone.
No.
So, you and Mr. Lauder weren't close?
No, we weren't. What's the deal, Durkin?
I've seen Lauder's will. He left you a significant amount of money.
Ala. Kaya pala. Deadpan response. Incredulous response. Rabbinical response. Sige, subukan natin to once.
He left me money? Is this a joke? Are you joking with me, detective?
No, I'm not joking.
How much?
I don't have the exact amount, but somewhere in excess of 10,000.
Bull.
It's the truth.
Jack wouldn't give me bubkiss, let alone $10,000.
And why is that, Rabbi Stone?
He just wouldn't.
Huh. This temple's in pretty sad shape, isn't it, Rabbi?
Well, you're not blind, that's for sure.
Can you afford the repairs?
Angry response. Brush off response. Rabbinical response. Sige, ulitin natin yan.
Do I look like I can afford it?
I'm just asking.
Oh, you're just asking. Well, I'm going to ask you to leave. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Rabbi Stone,
Get out of my office.
listen.
No, you listen. I know where this is going, and I don't like it.
I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, you're a real mensch. Get out of here.
Fine. I'll leave, Rabbi Stone. But I'll be back.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Parang nakikita ko parang na-imagine ko si Joey nagagalit kay, nagagalit kay Durkin. The rain beat an irregular staccato rhythm against the window. But I could only hear one thing. Jack Lauder. Jack Lauder. The name pulled out a cork in my brain. letting loose all thoughts and memories that fought and struggled for supremacy. Jack Lawler, it was more than just a name. It was a link to a time when things were simpler. A time when I thought I had it all figured out. A time when morals and ethics meant something. A time before it all turned to crap.
I need to think.
Subukan natin mag-online. Josh set this computer up a few weeks ago. He claimed I needed to join the 21st century and connect with the community. Josh has been bugging me to start using it. I suppose now was a good time as any. If only I could remember what Josh chose as my login password. Hindi natin alam yung password. Tignan natin kung nandito pa si nandito pa si Josh. Nandito nga.
Wow, Rabbi, what was that all about?
Truthful response, brush off response, rabbinical response, get truthful
The
response.
detective had some questions for me. That's all.
So who was killed?
Josh, what did I tell you about listening at my door?
I wasn't, Rabbi, honest. You were just very loud.
Huh.
So who was killed? Was it that Lauder guy?
Grudging response, incredulous response, rabbinical response. Ulitin
Do
natin.
you think so?
Yeah. Who else could it be? I heard you talking about him.
Huh. We must have talked very loud.
Well, yeah. So who is he?
An old member of this congregation.
Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, it happens to the best of us.
Are you gonna pay a Shiva call?
I don't think there will be a Shiva, Josh.
Why?
Shivas are for Jewish families. Just forget it.
Alright, if that's what you want. I guess I'll go now.
Yeah. Good night, Cantor.
Night, Rabbi.
Nag-convert siya into another, following. $10,000. Less than 20 minutes ago, I had accepted defeat. The bank was going to foreclose on the property, and there was nothing I could do. Jack's money changed all that. The Benai Ben Zion synagogue could remain open. I wouldn't have to see my life's work turned into a shopping mall or a parking lot.
Has God answered my prayers?
The age-old question. What is the work of God and what is the work of man? The money was a boon. There was no doubt about it. But it was blood money, and I couldn't believe God would work that way.
I don't like it. Not one bit. Why, Jack? Why me? Why now?
They say God helps those who help themselves. And I had done absolutely nothing to get this money. I didn't trust it. Suddenly, the cantor's words came back to me.
A Shiva call. I can't just barge in unannounced. But I can pay a Shiva call. It's the only way.
Right-click and hold to show all items. Right-click and hold to show all items. Right-click imbis na yung control. Tingnan natin sa records. The records are cleared out every few years. If I wanted information about Jack Lauder, I'd have to look elsewhere. Andito kaya yung password? Na eh. Kailangan mabuksan natin yung computer, kaya lang hindi natin alam kung ano yung password eh. Tingnan natin. Ayokong gumamit ng guide para lang malaman yung password. Wala na siya. The Torah Ark was locked up tight. Besides, I didn't want to tempt any vandals in the area. The cantor's lectern contained his prayer book and song notations. Baka may clue dito sa password. I had no need for the cantor's strings. A sturdy, dependable podium, perfect for pounding during less successful sermons. There's nothing on the podium. Exit. Wala ibang locations. Paano kaya natin bubuksan? Ayokong gumamit ng guide. That door led to my office. Subukan na lang natin hanapin yung password. Paano ba? Arstone at Ravnet and New York. Okay, password, clue. Tingnan natin clue. Okay. Busybody. Ano ba yun? Exit muna tayo. Busybody. Yenta, okay. nice pumasok. Joke. Moshi was talking to his psychiatrist. I had a weird dream recently, he said. I saw my mother, but then I noticed she had your face. I found this so worrying that I immediately awoke and couldn't get back to sleep. I just stayed there, thinking about it until 7 a.m. I got up, made myself a slice of toast and some coffee, and came straight here. Can you please help me explain the meaning of my dream? Okay na. The psychiatrist kept silent for some time, then said 1 slice of toast and coffee. Do you call that a breakfast? And then, search. Hanapin natin yung si Jack Lauder. Ayun, meron. Contact information. Carmet District Murder. Jack Lauder, 100 James Street, Apartment 4E. Murder. Jack Lauder of Beth Tegva was found dead last night in his midtown office, victim of an apparent assault by person or persons unknown. We at RavNet express our sympathies to Jack's friends and family. Mail, check natin. From admin at ravnet newyork.com. Welcome to RavNet. Mazel tov. Welcome to RavNet, New York, the newest way to bring Jews together as a community. Our features are small, but growing. Here's a list of what we currently offer. The mail feature allows you to send and receive email. The search feature allows you to search our data archive of Jewish news, events, and members. Everyone needs a laugh. Check out our joke feature for the best in Jewish jokes. On behalf of myself and the entire RavNet team, thank you for joining and making our community stronger. From JK Plan at ravnet.New York Test. Hello, Rabbi Stone. I set up your account for you. Hopefully, it'll work out okay for you. You can change the password if you want. Most people choose things like their mother's or their wife's maiden name, but I thought this was appropriate. Cantor Josh. Okay, From iSchwartz. iSchwartz at cheapmail.com. Shocked. Dear Rabbi Stone, I have been a loyal member of Bnai Ben Zion for many years, but I can't bring myself to listen to your dark and gloomy sermons any longer. Medyo siya eh. Times are tough. Tough enough for us Jews without you rubbing salt in the wound. Goodbye, Lisa Schwartz. Lisa Schwartz. Hindi kaya ito yung sa Hindi na siguro yung sa... Ang tindi namang coincidence nun. Yung sa Epiphany. Hindi siguro. From Lisa Schwartz. Cheapmail.com. Ayun na, nabasa natin yan. David Budget. Yung creator nitong game. Dave at WadgetEyeGames.com. Great games. For the best in games and entertainment, visit www.WadgetEyeGames.com. Okay, breaking the fourth wall. From jbrooks at hotmail.com. What happened? Rabbi Stone, I'm sorry but my family and I can't attend your service any longer. Your last few sermons have upset the children so much that it took several hours to calm them down. What happened to you? Jeremy Brooks. Medyo na siya eh. Wala na siya sa mood mag-preach. Okay, log out na. Hindi na kailangan mag-log out. Ay, kamali ko ng spelling. Ayan. Nakuha natin yung address. Itong Garment District Murder naman. Jack Ladder of birth. Ayun, nabasa na pala natin. So, pwede ko nang i-off. Punta na natin yung bahay ni Jack Ladder. Greenwich Village, Lauder Residence.
Mrs. Lauder,
Yes?
I heard about your husband. I came to pay my respects.
Oh, you knew Jack?
Andali lang guys. Bago natin tuloy yung game. Familiar tong ano na to, apartment na to. Parang recycled asset to. Parang ito yung sa ano eh. Yung apartment dun sa ano sa Blackwell Epiphany. Yung kung saan na ano, yung tatay nung ano, yung tatay nung bata na namatay. ito yung kwartong yun eh. Evasive response, honest response, rabbinical response. Okay. Honest response.
Some time ago, yes.
All right, come on in. I'm sorry, you look so familiar, but I can't place your face. What is your name?
If I wanted answers, she'd have to know who I was. This required tact. Evasive response. Rabbinical response. Yeah.
You don't remember me? 8 years ago, Rabbi Russell Stone?
Oh, I remember now. You have a lot of nerve coming here.
Bakit? Ba't galit yata siya? Ano ba yan? Apologetic response. Nonchalant response. Rabbinical response. Sige. Apologetic na lang.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you're sorry, are you? I'm so glad to hear that. Jack would love to hear that you are sorry.
He knows already, Mrs. Lauder.
Too late, Rabbi. Too late. What do you want?
The direct approach, the uncertain approach, the rabbinical approach. Rabbinical approach
Do I need
naman.
to have a reason to pay a Shiva call?
Huh, if it's you, yes.
I...
Oh, stop it. Just stop it. I don't believe this. You threw us out of your temple 8 years ago. And now you drop by for a visit?
It wasn't like that.
Well, what was it then? Can you tell me that?
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Maybe you're right. And yet you're here. Why?
Accusatory, the direct approach, accusatory approach. O, sige, direct approach na.
Police visited me today.
Did they?
Yes,
What did they say?
that I'm suspect number 1.
Really? Well, that would make sense. Who else has a motive except for the rabbi who hates us?
Accepting approach, denial approach, rabbinical approach. Accepting approach
I'll
na
let
lang muna.
that slide.
Whatever. Jack hated you. That's enough.
Mrs. Lauder, if he hated me so much, why did he leave me $10,000 in his will?
That's impossible.
I said the same thing.
Jack wouldn't do that.
It's a crazy world.
How do you know for sure?
The police told me. I have no love of the police, but I doubt they'd lie about that. Mrs. Lauder, if Jack hated me so much, why did he give me so much money?
I don't know. This makes no sense. None of it does. Who would kill Jack? He was a good man.
Yes, he was.
Don't you start. You have no idea.
The police have no other leads?
Aside from you? No.
How did he die?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Well, I suppose I'm curious, and I'd like to help.
Help? Why would you want to help?
I don't know. Maybe
I want to make amends. I'm selfish. I feel guilty. I want to make amends. Yun na lang.
maybe I'm looking to make amends for what happened 8 years ago.
Why not? Why shouldn't a rabbi play at being detective? You want to investigate, Rabbi Stone? Be my guest.
I'll have to ask you some questions about what happened.
Can't you just ask the police?
They won't talk to me. I'm a suspect.
Fine, fine. Ask whatever you want.
Ask about the murder. Ask about business. Ask about mirror. Ask about her state of mind. Sige, pasimple task ka. Mirror.
You've covered up the mirror.
Yes, it's what you are supposed to do, right?
Well, yes, but
I know. I'm not Jewish. I'm probably doing it all wrong, but it feels right. Is it right, Rabbi?
Hindi ko na alam dahil nga hindi naman ako hindi naman ako Jewish eh. So, comforting response na lang.
it's perfect.
Thank you.
Ask about the murder.
How are you holding up, Mrs. Lauder?
Ano lang na.
Fine. As well as can be expected.
What business was your husband in?
We were in business together. Fashion design, high-end casual wear, shirts, blouses, slacks. I'd design and he'd sell.
Ask about the company name. Ask about the murder, state of the business, feature of the business, about the location of the business. Sige. A company name muna.
What is the name of your business?
Charming Fashion Company.
Charming.
Yeah, it's a strange name, but it has meaning behind it. It's based on my family's name, Sharma, and it sounds like charming.
I get it. Real cute.
Wag mo sabihin to. Kamag-anak ni to. Ni Shanti. O baka hindi naman si Shanti yata yun eh. Baka kamag-anak. Okay, saan yung business?
Where is your showroom?
Why? Do you want to have a look?
It can't hurt.
Oh, this is crazy. Do you really want to do this?
Yes.
Sure, if you want to have a look, go ahead. Just because trained police officers couldn't find anything doesn't mean a rabbi can't. The building is 1407 Broadway, room 903.
Okay. New location. Okay. State of
Was
the business. Kumusta?
successful?
We did all right. It was tough at first, but things have been picking up over the last few years. We sell to mainly boutique stores, but Macy's has bought several pieces from us, and Saks was interested.
And what happens to the business now? Are you going to run it by yourself?
I guess I could, but not right away. And definitely not in that same showroom.
I can understand that.
Malapit na guys, 1 minute na lang. So, ask about the
How
murder.
did Jack die?
He was shot, right in the head, at close range, according to the police.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Lauder.
He was in the showroom, working late. That's all I know.
Consult notes. Okay. Charming lang eh.
Can you tell me about your company again?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Wala na eh.
I'm going to leave now. I'll see what else I can discover.
Thanks, I guess. Rabbi Stone,
Yes?
about 8 years ago, could you just tell me why?
Were you and Jack happy?
Yes. Yes, we were.
Then my reasons don't matter.
Okay, so punta tayo sa bagong location tapos end na natin guys kasi time na eh, 45 minutes na sakto eh. So save natin dito tapos tuloy na lang natin next time. Isa pa. Hindi ako sigurado guys kung magkano to, kung magki-quit ka agad or babalik sa main menu. So anyway, sige. Dito na lang muna. Cash and Velosa signing off. Tuloy na lang natin itong game na to next episode.